Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me go set this room up real quick and then we can get started. Let's see. So happy Monday, guys. Today is October 4th. Everything will set up here. Solid. That looks good. All right, cool. That sets up right there. Let me send out the Zoom link for you guys here in the premium. All right. The Zoom link. Finish setting up YouTube real quick. Hey guys, morning. I'm just gonna finish setting up the room real quick, and then once this is all done, we can get started with our analysis. 6:20 right now, so we got about 10 minutes till market open. Yeah, we'll be looking for our technical bias, and we'll look at the fundamentals once the market actually opens, and then after that, we will be looking at the retail sentiment. I think retail sentiment's like right down the middle, but we'll we'll be taking a look at that shortly. So let me just get everything all set up here. I think everything's good. All right. Well, YouTube's gonna finish loading right now. And YouTube has so many issues with their stuff. Let's see if I can refresh this. I don't know if it's because it's Monday or so weird. I don't know. YouTube always has issues on, like, there's certain days where YouTube just has issues. And this is where we're more focused on the Zoom, but this is just for people to rewatch later. So I want to make sure that this is recorded so that you guys can come and rewatch it later if you guys need to. All right, I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's not loading right now. All right, cool. Let me check the chat. So let's see. Morning, Miles. Morning, Maria. Morning, Matt. Miles, I see you murdered it last night. Good job, buddy. Yeah, no, exactly, guys. So I was trading on Sunday. I usually don't trade on Sunday, but the market was just very volatile. And I took advantage of volatility in the market. So I took like a lot of trades yesterday, basically just using the risky scalp strategy. And this is pretty much, what I locked in yesterday. I locked in about 4,415, all wins, no losses. And then on my other account, I locked in a little less than that, about 3,464. Pretty much just using the risky strategy that I've been showing you guys. Because volatility is really high. So I would literally enter a trade, it goes straight to TP, just wait for the next one. And that's kind of what I'm doing right here too. So I'm waiting for price to like break below here so that I can enter for another sell, or price to break above here for a buy, obviously. So that's pretty much what that's what these lines are for. I'm still testing the strategy because I need to make sure that the requirements are pretty understandable. It's a bit of a subjective strategy. You have to identify swing highs and lows. That's why I created this new indicator right here. My brother created it for us to use. Basically, these lines right here, these zigzag lines, indicate the swing highs and swing lows. Basically, where I'm looking for price to break. So this is going to take a couple more weeks, if not a couple more months, for me to finish developing. I just need to make sure that you guys can understand it, because this isn't a strategy that I generally like to teach people because it's very risky. But I'm going to teach it to you guys because this is like, everyone loves this strategy. Everyone's been applying it. They've been making a ton of profit off it. So yeah, other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Morning, C-Suit. Morning, Abraham. Morning, Patricia. Morning, Adrian. Morning, Sai. Morning, Matt. Morning, everybody. So I'm not really going to go over the strategy very much. You guys will see me apply it on the charts every so often. It's still a work in progress. A lot of people have been applying it themselves already, but there's no real requirements for the strategy that have been set in place yet. It's a very simple strategy, but you have to actually know what you're doing, and you have to know how to identify swing highs and swing lows in order to apply it properly. So unless you're able to do that, I don't recommend you guys attempt to apply the strategy. But if you guys do want to learn it, this was covered in the last mentoring session. Morning, Lamar. Let's see. Kendra said, morning, Shawn. Morning, Kendra. Morning, Bobby. Morning, Kenny. Kendra's also asking, how can you tell when the market is really volatile? Just by looking at it, right? So like, for example, here, if you scroll back over here, this was like last night, right? See how price is just moving, like it's moving a lot, right? It's not just like flat. It's just, you don't even need any indicators to identify if price is moving, if it's volatile or not. You just look at the chart. So you can see right here, this isn't volatile, right? It's just flat. But when price is moving directional heavily, that's volatile. You don't need indicators to see that. You just need to see that price is actually moving. Or if you see big spikes like this, right? This was like, yeah, so this was last night. It was flat when the market opened and then started to become more volatile throughout the evening. And this is where I locked in most of my profits because I was just catching every time price dropped and stuff like that. So that's how you'd be able to look at it. But, it all comes with experience. You're not necessarily going to be able to see that right away, just like how I did right here. But it's not really that difficult once you study the charts enough to understand how it's moving. So other than that, let me see if I'm missing anything else here. It's 6:25 right now, so I'll see if there's any other questions before I get started. Once I get started, I'm not going to be answering any questions. We're going to be focused just primarily on trading. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that I need to take a look at. Kenny said, I heard Biden is speaking today at 11. So I didn't know about that, but yeah, you might be right, Kenny. Thanks for letting me know. We'll be done trading by that time. So it's not really going to affect us, per se, but thanks for letting us know so that we're going to be, aware that something's going to happen today. Let me check the news real quick. So today we don't really have news this morning, any high impact. We do have light impact news. And then also if Biden does speak today at 11, that's going to be one thing to look out for. So thanks for letting us know, Kenny, but we'll try to confirm that once, we get through the market. So we got 4 minutes till the market opens. I'm done answering questions. If you guys do have questions, put your questions in the chat and I'll answer them later. But right now we're going to be focused on analyzing the charts to identify what the bias is on the technical side, fundamental side, and retail sentiment so that we can take the breakout. All right, so see this right here. Sorry guys, I took this trade right here. Don't enter anything. That was a trade that I took over here actually because price came down right here when it broke, or actually, yeah, when it broke this area right here. This line, I actually entered a sell here. This is before I went on the live session. So I took this sell here and I made a quick profit off this. I just closed it because market's going to open soon, so I don't want to be holding it for too long. But I took that risky strategy again, made a couple $100 off this low move right here. So if you guys heard that click, I didn't enter a trade, I was exiting a trade that I was already in. So anyways, back to my analysis over here. So morning Jay, morning Delmas, morning Dave, morning Lisa, morning Lamar, morning everybody, morning Azrubal, morning Sisu. Guys, if you guys have questions, you guys can put your questions in the chat. I'll answer them later. But right now we're going to be focused on analyzing the charts for open. So looking over here at the 10-minute, let's take everything off. We have a bullish bias. The reason for that's because price is above the pivots. Sorry, we have a bullish bias because price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. We're looking over here on the 3-minute, same situation. We have a bullish bias because price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. Lastly, here on the 1-minute, price was technically above the pivots. It's now currently just going sideways at this point, but it's still somewhat above, right? So right here, for the short-term bias, we do have a bullish bias right now for the technical. So technical bias is now bullish. Looking over at the fundamentals, let's check the futures data. Futures data is currently only 16 points in the red. So it's not really that far in the red right now. It's kind of just right down the middle. So when the market does open in the next 2 minutes, we'll confirm what the fundamental bias is. Looking over here at retail sentiment is currently 53% long. So it's not really on one side or the other. So the market right now is kind of just right down the middle. There's no real bias for the retail sentiment. Same with the fundamentals. And then looking over here at the technicals, it's kind of just right down the middle as well. The higher time frames, obviously it's bullish, but it's still kind of just going sideways. You can see how price is moving here. It's not really moving very much. So we'll have to see what happens when the market does open. We'll be looking at fundamentals first. Once we have the confirmation of the fundamentals, that's basically where we'll be trading to confirm that, we're trading in the proper direction. Man, I'm like second thinking right now because I closed that trade right here and I could have held it, would have made way more profit because my TP was like down here. So I entered off this candle. Yeah, TP was right here. I would have got me 1,000 off if I just held on to it. But I pulled out right here. I made a couple $100. It's not a big deal because I'll be looking for the next ones. So yeah, we'll start looking for our breakout. Let me just check this off real quick. Market's opening in about 30 seconds. Once the market opens, we'll look at the fundamentals and then we'll try to trade in that direction once we get it there. Hey, Rigo, good morning. All right, so yeah, if you guys do have questions, just drop your questions in the chat. I'll answer them later. From now until probably 8, I'm just gonna be focused on trading. So if you guys do have questions, I'm not gonna be looking at the chat, but I'll be looking at it later. So let's see. All right, market's opening in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So here we go. All right, so price is dropping right here. Let's go over to the fundamentals. Let's refresh this. Fundamentals are currently red right now. So it's not very red, but it is red. So yeah, looking at the actual stock index right here for Dow 30, it's currently half red, half green. I mean, it's like right down the middle, but the bias is technically red right now. It's 52 points in the red. Looking over here, price is dropping. So, I mean, whoever caught the trade, well, this is another risky trade right here, would have hit TP already. A risky 1-minute scalp. I didn't take it, but that's another one right there that I was just looking at. So looking at current price right now, the fundamentals are currently red, 63 points in the red. Not very strong red bias, but it is red. So looking at this right here, this technically could be the breakout if it closes as a strong red candle. It's gonna have to close. Let me just turn this stuff off right here. All right, so this isn't an entry right here because the wick right here is too big. We need a small wick, little to no wick, in order for us to take this trade right here for the breakout. And you can see this is why you don't hop in right away, because if you hop in right away, you get caught in these manipulation right here. So obviously you can see price was supposed to come down. It came up right here, created a huge wick, and then I just shot all the way up. So you guys got to be careful. Don't like jump the gun. A lot of people, like, they get too excited and they try to hop in too early before there is, an actual entry that's available. So you guys need to be careful about that. That's like majority of people's problems, right? They can't be patient to wait for the actual entry. They enter early and then they get, they get burned. So not in this trade right here. I'm probably not going to take this breakout because this looks like a huge manipulated move right here. The fundamentals, I mean, they're now green because they did shift it to the upside. I'm not sure what really caused that push to the upside though. Let me refresh this. Okay, so this is kind of why. If you guys remember, like for the past couple of weeks, I mentioned that whenever CNBC reports something, so right here, they basically said stocks fall slightly to start the week. As soon as they reported that, see, this was reported just now, right? This was just reported. So as soon as this was reported, look what happened to price. It shot all the way up. So what happened was they sent out this newsletter. People hopped into the sell because they're like, oh, CNBC said that price is going to be dropping, whatever. And then as soon as that happened, price just skyrocketed up, right? And then now it's coming right back down. This is all like clear manipulation. So you guys got to be careful. One thing to keep in mind is, I don't usually talk about news very much. I only know this stuff because I've been following the news. Like I've been trading US 30 every day for the past 3 years, and I've been following the news. So whenever I see CNBC post something, I usually wait, or I usually do the opposite, because if they tell you something is falling, it's going to get pumped right up, and that's exactly what happened right here. So just something to keep in mind. It's not really that important, but it's something to keep in mind when you guys are trying to understand, why these spikes in price happen. Because I don't see anything else causing that spike to happen here. Let me see if there's any other news that was released. I know we had that Evergrande news or whatever it was, but I'm not really following that stuff. I just follow whatever is reported, right then and there. So that's the only news event that was reported. Not really news event, but it was a little update with their analysis. So we'll see what happens here. But looking at the fundamentals, looks like they're now shifting to the upside. or not really. I mean, there's still green, 10 pips, I mean, 10 points, but not very strong. So let's go over here real quick. I mean, it's just down the middle. Like you guys can see they're half green, half red. They're not really very green or very red. So there's no real bias here, which is kind of weird. On a Monday, usually there's like a pretty strong bias because a lot of people come in from the weekend. But you guys also have to keep in mind that it is NFP week. So no breakout today, guys. Unfortunately, we'll be looking for some scalps. Let me see if we can get this over here. 1 minute scalps right here. Three-minute scalps right here. And 10-minute snipes right here, and the daily as well. So let me get the snipe strategy right there, and then also get the daily strategy right there. See if there's any zones in this area. There's actually one zone right here, so this might be a bullish snipe, but I would be kind of careful with this because this candle is big right here. Like if this candle does close in the next 5 minutes, it's still a long time left on this candle. So if this candle does close in the next 5 minutes, something to keep in mind is that if it's a huge candle like that, like even though there's a snipe entry that's available right there, if it's a big candle, it's probably gonna have to retrace back a little bit. It'll retrace back slightly, or you could probably get in for a discount and then it'll just shoot right back up. So that's something to keep in mind. I probably wouldn't enter it right away, but I'll keep this marked up. And then if if it does close in the next 4 minutes or so, we'll take a look at it. Going back to the 3-minute over here, there's no entries that are available yet. It's rejecting right off the London high actually. So as you can see right here, price came up, tested the London high, and then now it's coming right back down. Same with the 1 minute over here. So I'll be looking for 1 minute scalps. We're looking for at this point is a retracement to the downside and then a swing back up. I'll be marking up the swing highs and swing lows as well, just to confirm the if I decide to take any of those risky strategies, those risky entries. So I'll just have these marked up right here. Basically, the red is going to be the resistance or the swing high, and the green lines are going to be the swing lows. But you can see how far this range is right here. It's going to be hard for us to really, focus on these points here because it's such a wide range. But our main priority is probably going to be, our actual strategies here. I'll just be marking up these risky scalps in case I want to enter them, just to show you guys. I'm forward testing the strategy. I don't back test anything. I forward test everything. So I test it under live conditions like this. If it works well, I take them on my own account. And I just trial and error. That's how we make sure that our strategies here are very very reliable and they have a high win rate because we actually test them live. We don't test it. We don't back test them. So there's no fluff here. And you guys can see me testing it right here as we speak while the market is actually open. Yeah, we will see what happens here, guys. All right, so let's see if I can fix this now. Just check the YouTube real quick. All right, yeah, so we're just waiting for the entry now. We don't have any entry that's available. You can see prices now kind of consolidating to the side. There's no risky scalp entry. And for this strategy, the other one, guys, I'm going to call it the K2 pivots high low. Or I'll just call it K2 high low strategy. Well, when I get the details for it, I'll explain it to you guys. But right now, it's still testing. So basically, this indicator here is a K2 high low indicator. Nobody has access to this indicator yet. It's just me and my brother because he's the one that's developing it. I'm the one that's testing it. We're going to work on something to make it available to you guys hopefully sometime soon. So once the testing is done, we'll get that out to you guys. All right, so let's see. Price isn't really doing much. It's kind of just going sideways. Looking at the snipe entry over here. Like I mentioned, this is too big of a candle, so I wouldn't even enter this right away. I would probably give it some time before wanting to enter it. You can see price here is attempting to break this London high, but it's failing. So this 3-minute candle right here, it's tried it once, it's tried it the second time. This candle is going to close in about 30 seconds. So if it fails to close it, if it fails to break and close above it, then it's either going to come right back down or it's going to come back for another retest right here again. So we'll see what happens. All right. 1 minute, not really doing much. It's kind of just going sideways at this point. Let's see. That's really weird. Like we had this, the breakout to the downside, breakout to the upside, and then now it's kind of just going sideways. But these are really big candles. Looking at all these 1 minute candles right here, they're all about like 500 pips. So I'd be really careful if you guys are trading right now, because unless you guys have a big stop loss, you might get triggered a little early. And I don't recommend entering any trades right now because it's like right at the London high. So what you might do is you might get caught in either the swing to the bottom side or the swing to the upside. It's going to have to break above it, or it's going to have to swing below it. So we'll see what happens here. This technically would be a 3 minute entry if it does close, but I don't know if I would take it just yet, just because it's so close to this, this London high right here. This candle is closing in about 20 seconds. So this will be the snipe right here. I'm not going to take this trade yet, guys. So if you guys are following it, you guys understand it, you guys can follow it. I don't recommend you guys enter right away because I think it's going to pull back a little bit before it actually shoots higher. So it's really up to you guys if you guys want to take it. I'm not recommending that you guys take it or don't take it. I'm just saying that it's probably going to have to retrace back because it's such a big candle. Same with the 3 minute here. I'm not going to take it. Obviously, it's just too volatile. You can see how it's moving back and forth so quickly. I'm probably not going to take this either. I'm not taking the snipe and I'm not taking 3 minute. I'll just mark it up for you guys, but it's really up to you guys whether you guys want to take the risk of taking this trade or not. So I'll have this marked up right here. This is like up to you guys' own risk. If you guys want to take it, I have the alert set up right here for the breakout. But you guys can see it's starting to pull back, right? This is why I was mentioning not to enter it just yet. It's going to have to pull back a little bit. You can probably enter at a lower price and then let it shoot right back up. And there's no entry here off the 3 minute, no buy signal there. You can see it, what it's doing, what I just mentioned, right? So earlier I was saying that it was testing this London high right here. It tested it once, tested it a second time, tested it a third time. And I mentioned that when it reaches this point for the third try, it's either going to swing right back down or it's going to break above it and continue pushing higher. It failed to break and close above it. So now it's coming right back down, just like we anticipated. It's a risky market right now, guys. So I don't recommend anyone like hop into anything without actually thinking about it and having the full confidence of holding the position. So right here, you can see how it pulled back like super heavily. And I'm glad and see it came all the way back down. This is why I recommended that you guys didn't enter it, because it's going to do something like that. This candle is too big. It's going to have to pull back maybe halfway down. And then it's probably going to swing back up. But the problem with that is that the stop loss is like less than, halfway down. So you would have gone stopped out before it would shoot back up. So just keep in mind, guys, everything that I'm telling you guys, there's a reason why I'm giving you guys these analysis and like why things are at risk, because I've seen these same patterns every single day. You guys have been with me during these live sessions. I trade like this every single morning. I identify how things move. It's the same patterns every single time. So this candle right here is just too big. This was a 1,000 pip candle, 10-minute candle. That doesn't happen very often, right? Happens every once in a while when the market's kind of being manipulated to one extent or the other. We have another update right here. So it's the S&P falls slightly to start the week, dragged lower by tech stocks. So this right here, this news is probably going to affect US 30 as well. So it's supposed to be like negative news right there. So I think this is going to come down slightly to lure in some people, and then when you least expect it, it's just going to spike right back up. It's the same thing that happened right here in the morning. So off the 1 minute over here, same situation right here. It was negative news, came down slightly, then it shot right back up. Again, right here, negative news, dropped slightly, and then it's probably going to spike right back up eventually. So just just be aware. And don't enter a buy just because I said that, guys. Don't enter a buy because you think, oh, the price is going to spike back up. You guys got to actually wait for that confirmation or have some sort of entry, like some sort of analysis to confirm that. This is all speculation, right? Just because I see news here doesn't mean it's necessarily going to go down or it's going to go up. It's just an indicator, right? It's an indicator as to where price might go in the next X amount of time. So man, this market sucks. The market's kind of it's like slow for a bit and then it just picks up. It just has a random spike and then it goes slow again right here. And see this big spike up right here? It's exactly what I just said, right? I said price was probably going to spike up from this point. But I'm not going to take that risk. Even though I knew this was going to happen, I'm not going to take the risk and just take a buy because, you know, I went off a hunch that the news happened. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened here. Price came down. News was negative. It wasn't really news. It was just an announcement that they made with regard to that. So price came down and then now it's coming back up. So this is all manipulation, guys. I wouldn't really like want to trade into these areas because last thing you want to do is enter a trade and then it ends up going reverse on you when you least like when you're still in the trade and then you don't get out in time because there's no real direction yet, right? Because you can see here price shot down, shot up, sideways, shot down, shot back up, and in reality it's just going sideways again right here. But I'll draw these swing highs and lows. If anything, I might have to just take these risky scalps because it doesn't look like we're going to have any good entries out right now. Riga said check NASDAQ. Let's see what's going on with the NASDAQ. Yeah, this thing's dumping. NASDAQ is dumping super hard. All right, so as you guys can see right here, US 30 is starting to push up, just like I mentioned earlier. But I wouldn't hop into it. Even though I do think it's going to come up, I wouldn't hop into it because the last thing you want to do is enter a buy. So this is what might happen, you enter a buy. And then when you least expect it, like it just comes crashing down, right? It'll get really close to your TP. Oh shit, it like spiked up right there pretty heavy. It'll get close to your TP and it'll spike down. That's like the worst feeling because you guys enter a trade that you don't really have an analysis for, aside from me basically predicting that price was going to push up because of the announcement by CNBC. Yeah, and just another reminder, guys, this is NFP week, so this week's going to be weird altogether. So I did remind you guys last week when we were on, but this whole week we have like some news coming up. Like tomorrow we have ISM services. Wednesday we have non-farm employment change. Thursday we have what do we have? We have unemployment claims, and then Friday we have NFP. So this entire week's going to be jam-packed with a lot of like high-impact news. Not a lot of news, but specific news that will affect the market. Like it's news events that generally push the market one way or the other. So that's something to also keep in mind. And this is what I was just mentioning earlier, guys. So you don't want to hop into a buy here and then get caught in these whipsaws, right? Because price is just bouncing back and forth. So there you go. As price swings back up, but don't fall for this. Like actually, this might be a scalp here for a 1 minute. Let's see. But again, I do think this is a risky trade. So if you guys want to enter this, let me check the fundamentals real quick. It's like 15 points in the red. It's not really moving directional at all. And the problem with this too is that it's been such a big candle that it's going to be low risky to enter. Well, we'll see. Let me see if we can. That was quick. Oh, sorry guys. I don't know if you guys heard the click. I did enter it, but I entered it for like not the entire move. See how much did I make off that? Only made 470. I don't know if the spread's wide or what, but I only made 470 off that trade. I should have made full 1,000 because it hit full TP. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I mean, whatever, it is what it is. I did take the trade right here. It was a quick move, but I don't know why I didn't get the full profit. I think it was just too it's weird. It's too volatile. So I guess it tried to close me out, but it closed me out and then it spiked down after it tried to close me out, and then I get like partial profit off it. I was expecting the full TP, but whatever. So I'll just give you guys a little update off that. I don't know if anyone took it. Did you guys take it? Oh, the spread's super heavy right now. Okay. So yeah, some of you guys said that the spread's really heavy. That's probably why I only made like partial profit off it. Emmanuel caught it. So nice work, Emmanuel. Yeah, if you guys do have profit to send over, just send them in the group, and then we can add them to the profit list for the day. So yeah, that was a really quick move. This is why it's important that you guys actually know the strategy and you guys can apply yourself. A day like this is just it's hard for you guys to just to copy what I'm doing because it just moves so fast. Unless you guys are anticipating the move and you guys are ready to hop into the trade when it happens, you know, it's going to be really hard for you guys to hop right in. So let me see this real quick. And what I'm going to do, what I'll do here too, guys, is I'm going to, I'll send you guys my profits, but I'm not going to screenshot everything from yesterday so that you guys can see what we, you know, what I did this morning. Because I already know once I post, like if I post my list of profits, I'm going to get a million questions from like people asking, oh, when did you take that trade? What trade, what strategy did you apply? You know, I'm not, I don't want to answer all those questions right now. So I'm going to, I'll take a screenshot of my profits, but it's only going to be of the stuff that I took during the live session. So let's see. Let me go MT4 real quick. I don't see other entries available right now anyway, so it's okay. So yeah, let me just take a screenshot of what I made just this morning. Not necessarily the stuff from last night. You could just, if you guys just want to add on the stuff from last night, you can see my profit post from yesterday. So there's one account, another account right here. These profits are so trash. I don't even on my copier account, I only made like 170 off that. So weird. Yeah, that's weird because I would have been more. All right, so let me just give you guys a screenshot here of my profits off that one like 1 minute scalp that I just showed you. There. So okay, let me just show you guys. Let me just delete this because we're done with that. Let me turn this back on. Okay, so here are my profits that I made off that 1 minute scalp. Like I mentioned, I don't know what happened, but the spread was super wide. Also, I think there was like, it was too volatile. So I was supposed to make 1,000 off that trade. I only made 470. And then off my copier, it was even less. It only made 170 off that, which that's a big difference, right? Because it's just because of how the market's moving. It's just too fast. So that's what I made off it. I mean, profit's profit. I can't really complain about making, you know, that much money off that 1 minute scalp, but it should have been a lot more. So just give this right here. Locked in decent profit off that 1 minute K2 US 30 1 minute scalp on the live session. All right. So I'll just post this up and I'll show you guys what everyone else locked in, because there was quite a bit of you guys who locked in profit off that as well. So let me scroll up real quick. Shawn here, he's up 790. Nice work, Shawn. He caught that as well. So a nice profit off of that. Looking over here, let's see. So Angela over here, Angela locked in a total of 1,186. Nice work, Angela. Patricia as well. Patricia locked in a total of 2,351. Great work, Patricia. And then Larkin over here locked in a total of 2,608. Nice work, Larkin. Let's see. So price is breaking above here. This is technically going to be part of the risky scalp. I don't know if I'll take it because it's kind of pushed up a little high. It's a little overextended. So it might have to come down a little bit. And you can see right there, it's trying to come right back down. Let's see, Adrian over here as well. Adrian locked in a total of 628. Nice work, Adrian. And Jamie over here as well. Jamie locked in a total of 1,380. Great work, Jamie. So great profits amongst everyone else over here. If you guys are messaging me, I'm probably not gonna be able to get to your messages until after this session. So I will get to you guys after, but right now we're just gonna be focused on these trades. So no trades available right now. Yeah, there isn't anything available right now. The last thing available was that 1 minute scalp that we took, but that was about it. Let's look at the 3 minute. Same thing here. You can see on the 3 minute price is attempting really hard to break above this London high, right? The same thing that I've been marking up for the past, you know, X amount of minutes now. It's tested it 1, 2, 3, 4 times now. So this is the 4th attempt right here. This candle is going to close in about 30 seconds. If it fails to break and close above it again, then it's probably going to come right back down before making another attempt, maybe a little later. Charlie over here sent me his profits. He locked in a total of 511 this morning. Nice work, Charlie. All right, cool. So great work amongst everyone here so far. Looking at the 3-minute, we'll see what happens if it breaks or closes above here. If it doesn't, then obviously there's not going to be an entry available yet. We also need a buy signal here to take this on the 3-minute. So price like slightly closed above it. It did right there, closed above it. We need this buy signal right here to close in order for it to be a valid entry though. There's no buy signal, there's no entry. So we gotta wait for that. It's another 2 minutes. Looking over here on the, I missed the risky scalp again right here. There's a risky scalp. You can see how price broke above this line right here, this blue line. This would have been another 1-minute scalp. It's just moving too fast. So I wasn't able to catch it right there. That would have been another full TP. This one right here too, the price breaks above here. This is probably gonna be another risky scalp entry, but I'm not going to take it because it's just too big of a candle. It's going to have to retrace a little bit. Last thing I want to do is enter it, and then it retraces and pulls me back into some heavy drawdown. There we go. This price comes back down. So no entry off that actually. All right. So this is another thing that I need to remind you guys. So I know that the strategy is still in development. So for you guys who are applying the strategy now, once the price has been broken, like it did right here, this high is no longer usable. So it can only be used once. Now you move it to the next high. Also, one thing that you guys have to look out for as well is that these highs aren't established until price has moved like about 4 or 5 candles on. So this right here is just a temporary high. If price breaks above it, this is going to change. So you can see right here, price is starting to push above it. If this price pushes past this line right here, this is going to disappear and it's going to create a new high, because new highs can only be established with this indicator every 4 candles. So something to keep in mind as well. And that would have been a nice entry right there again, but it's okay. No biggie. I'm just going to be looking for some more entries as we continue on. See, 656 right now. Let me check the news real quick. I want to make sure there's nothing going on today. So we do have it's low impact news US. It's gonna be factory orders at 7. Other than that, that's about it. Looking over here at the fundamentals, let me refresh this. It's currently bullish right now. It's up 50 points. Looking at the actual stock index right here. This is also it's just right down the middle. It's like half red, half green. There's no real strong bias here. Yeah, nothing there as well. Generally, in order for it to be a strong bias, guys, if you guys have been here for a while, you guys know that we look for when it's above 100 points in the green or 100 points in the red. If it's 100 points in the green, then it's going to be a bullish bias. If it's below, then it's going to be a bearish bias, obviously. Looking at retail sentiment, there's not really much going on here either. It's only at 52% long, so it's right down the middle. There's no bias where retail traders are very long or very short. It's just right down the middle. Lastly, looking at the technicals, it's still pretty bullish here. But and you guys can see, so like, guys, remember the 10-minute that we were looking at earlier? See how I mentioned that price was going to come back and retrace before spiking back up? And that's exactly what happened, right? Price came up, it retraced to the halfway mark, which is halfway of this candle right here, and then it bounced right back up right here off this green candle. So the thing is, if you waited for this to pull back, this would have been about 1,000 pip, potential right there. So I'm only telling you guys these things because I've seen these patterns before, and I don't want you guys to get caught in fake outs. I always see a lot of people get caught in fake outs, and they always ask me, how to avoid getting caught in the fake outs. Main thing is to just understand how price is moving, and these same patterns always repeat themselves, especially for US 30. Once you trade something enough, you'll start to see patterns that just repeat itself almost every single day. And there you go, as price comes up. This would have been a nice profit. I should have just entered when it came down halfway here, where I was mentioning, because now I'd be in profit like 700, almost 1,000 pips. But it's all good. Just gotta wait for an actual entry here. 3-minute, in order for us to have an entry here, we need a buy signal. So there's a pending buy signal off this candle, but it's not currently active right now. Here on the 1-minute, we already have a buy signal. So what we need is a retracement to the downside, and then we can catch it as it swings right back up. So a couple of things to look out for here. And then as we have new highs and lows that are being established, I'll go and draw new lines there. I only have 2 lines for each low and each high. I generally don't want it to be too messy, so I just have 2 lines up here. But if this ends up being moved, because if price comes below here, it's going to change the low. You just got to make sure that it's like 4 or 5 candles to the right. All right. So not really much here to take right now. It's waiting for something to show up. Let's see here on the 1 minute. So a couple of things that I'm looking out for here on the 1 minute. There's not going to be a pivot. There's not going to be a pivot scalp entry, obviously, because we need the retracement and the push back to the upside. However, one thing that I will be looking for is if price breaks and closes above here, this is going to be an entry using the K² high-low strategy. So basically, I'm just going to call it from that now on, guys. If you guys are here and you're listening to this, basically the strategy that we consider the risky scalp strategy is just going to be called the K² high-low, because that's basically what this indicator is based off. It's based off highs and lows. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for price to break and close above here. And then if it breaks and closes above there, I'm going to catch that for a 100 pip move, just a small move like that. And that's going to yield me 1,000 in profit if I get the full profit off it. So that's basically what I'm going to be waiting for here. And then here, if we have the sell signal that closes and then it closes below here, then I'm going to take the sell. But we'll get to those details later. All right. There we go. As price breaks above. Oh, it's going to be risky. So this is what I was looking for right here. I was waiting for this to happen where price would close above this price point. But the problem where this is going to run into is that we're getting close to this Asia high right here. If we get, like, what could happen here is the price will either bounce off it or it'll break through and continue pushing up higher. So it just becomes a bit of a risky entry point. I'll see where it closes. It might not even close above it like that. Yeah, this market's crazy, guys. I don't know if this says anything to you guys, but this is not how the market should be moving. This is a huge wick. Like, you see this big candle right here? This is a 1 minute candle and it pushed up 600 pips. And then now it's pushing down like almost 300 pips. So guys, if you guys decide to trade today, I'd probably recommend that you guys use a smaller lot size, because the thing is, if you use a full lot size and you can't handle this risk here because it's so volatile, you might get caught in some really bad moves. So just looking at how the market's moving now, let me just turn this indicator off so you guys can see it better. Like, you guys see these huge wicks, right? This shows a lot of indecisiveness in the market. Normally, this is how the market moves, right? The market moves like a couple, like maybe 100 pips, right, per candle. It doesn't move 1,000 pips per candle like it's moving right now. These are huge moves right here. So what you guys might want to do is use a smaller lot size so that you guys can handle the risk. Say if price passes through your stop loss, you can still hold on to it and just wait for it to come back, because price is spiking around so much. So what I do recommend is, if you guys decide to continue trading today, unless you guys really know what you're doing, like if you guys know what you're doing, like you're really on point, then you use whatever lot size you guys want to. But if you guys are still on the fence, I would recommend using a smaller lot size so that something like this can happen. Like, say price comes down, and then say your stop loss is like right here, right, at like 300 pips. You can hold on to this longer if you have a smaller lot size, because your risk is going to be a lot less. So you can hold on to it as it passes through it, and then it might just come right back down to your TP. And that's kind of what I'm trying to make sure that you guys are using proper risk. Because if you guys have a smaller lot size, you guys can obviously have a bigger stop loss. It's just, it's one way or the other. Okay, so price is currently breaking below here. I don't know if I'm going to take this. I mean, I do want to take it, but I'm probably not going to. So this has broken below here. If this closes with the sell signal, it's going to be a sell for the high-low strategy. I'm probably not going to take it. I'll just watch it. Yeah, and there you go. Full TP already. Literally on the open of that candle right there. So it literally went straight to the TP. But I'm not going to take the trade, guys. I'm just following it. The market's just too volatile right now. I'm taking like a 10 lot. So the thing is, if I enter the trade like this and it goes straight to my stop loss, this is a 3,000 pip loss. If I go up to 500 pips, this is a 5,000 dollar loss. I'm not going to risk, that much just to catch a small move here when the market's just not really moving smoothly at all. So it's it's too risky, guys. I wouldn't recommend you guys hop into stuff, right? I mean, if you guys do, just use a smaller lot size. And don't be surprised if you lose some trades, because the thing is, price is moving so fast. Like, you guys can see this channel right here. This thing dropped 600 pips. So unless your stop loss is more than 600 pips, you're going to get stopped out if it reverses on you, or vice versa. Like this candle over here, this candle was like about a 700 pip move, right? In 2 minutes, like in 2 minutes, price moved 700 pips. It's just too risky. So right here, this would have been a nice trade. So like I mentioned, I was waiting for it to break below here, right? Break below here, because this is the low, this is the sell signal, and you can see how far of a spike down it came. So it would have went right past your TP, and you would have made profit off that trade, but you would have also taken the risk of holding on to a risky trade. So it's just really risky, guys. Like even myself, like I made so much profit yesterday. I'm not trying to risk it just to make a little more today. I'd rather wait for the market to actually smoothen out a bit and not spike around back and forth. Like if price is just spiking down, this is perfect. I don't care. If price is going down, comes up, then comes down, then I'm all for it. I'm going to keep riding these, like the trade. But the problem with this here is that price isn't really going directional. It's going up, and it goes down, and it just goes sideways, right? It's kind of just going sideways. And then again, right here, price comes down. This doesn't necessarily mean it's going to keep pushing down. It could probably just go up and then just go sideways, right? And this is something that you definitely don't want to get stuck in. So just FYI. But yeah, that would have been a nice sell though, right? That would have been a really nice sell right there. It's all good. There'll be more trades. I don't like another thing too that you guys like, I get a lot of questions about are guys that always feel like FOMO, right? You guys have the fear of missing out. So like when you guys see a drop like this, I see a lot of people where there's no entry available, and they see this drop, and what happens is they enter a sell when there's no entry, there's no trade that's available there, and then they FOMO in, they get caught in some drawdown right here, and then they get upset because they're like, damn, I should just waited for an actual entry. So one thing that I would definitely want you guys to remember is patience, and don't FOMO into any trades. Those are super key when to become a consistently profitable trader. The thing is, because I see a lot of people make profit with me in the morning, then they get FOMO and they trade at night because they see me posting profits. Like usually I don't trade at night, but last night I traded and I made a ton of profits. A lot of people try to hop in on these trades and they didn't know what they were doing. So and they ended up losing money, right? So just keep that in mind, guys. Unless you guys know exactly what you're doing, don't FOMO into trades, and only hop in trades when there's an actual entry that's available. All right, so price is now coming right back down. If price starts to move directional to the downside, that's cool. I can start taking it this way. This was actually an entry as well for the scalp strategy, the pivot scalp strategy. So you can see how a lot of entries here are lined up, right? So like, for example, here, the first requirement is a valid K2 momentum signal. Right here is a valid sell signal. You want to confirm price is below the pivots for a sell. Right here was below the pivot, so you would have entered this, and this right here would have been, it would have been a full TP for the K2 high-low strategy and also for the 1 minute pivot scalp strategy. So two strategies right there combined, or that aligned with each other, and they both would have hit CP. So something to keep in mind as well. But other than that, there's just nothing available right now at this time. And look at the 3 minute. 3 minute never even came up. The buy signal never came, so that's not there anymore. Let's see. All right, so since this one was used already, you guys got to remember that whenever the lows become used, this is no longer usable. This is now the next low right here. So just a reminder for you guys. This one up here hasn't been used yet, so it's still active. And this is currently the one after it. So price broke above it, but it never closed. So what happens here is if price swings above here with a buy signal and closes above here, then there's possibly going to be an entry there using the K2 high-low strategy. All right, let's see, 708 right now. Man, my profits are, our profits are okay this morning, but they're not as good as I would have wanted it to be. Let's see, Ryan Visco over here. So let's see, Twan over here locked in a total of 1,025. Nice work, Twan. So as you guys can see, other people here locking into pretty nice profit. Ryan over here as well. Ryan locked in a total of 155. Nice work, Ryan. So definitely some good profits amongst everyone here. Let me see over here, Andre as well. Andre locked in a total of 717. Great work, Andre, off that buy earlier. Paul locked in a total of 1,997. Great work there, Paul. Cheryl over here locked in a total of 1,162. Nice work, Cheryl. And her other account, she locked in a total of 1,915. Great work, Cheryl. Ryan again right here, 155. And then Albert over here too. Albert said, market is too crazy. Scale back the losses. Exactly. No, 100%, Albert. So Albert here, he looks like he got caught in some bad trades, earlier this morning at 6:30. Looks like he tried to take a breakout, but it was just too risky, right? And he pulled out, took a loss off that, but he made the profit right back on these other trades. So he's in profit total 1,053 right now. Unfortunately, he took some losses here, taking some risky trades. If he didn't take these trades here, he would have been in profit well over 4,000 for the day. But it's all good, Albert. So you're back in profit, and you recovered from that loss this morning. Miles as well. Miles locked in a total of 1,029. Great work right there, Miles. So glad to see a lot of people here locking like some pretty nice profits, right? Patricia as well. So Patricia's up 2,351. Nice work, Patricia. But yeah, great work amongst everyone here. Glad to see everyone locking in profits. If you guys have more profit to send over, just send them over to me or in any of the groups, and then I can add you guys to the profit list for the end of the day. Other than that, we just don't have much available right now. This market is like super volatile. It's crazy because I haven't seen a market like this in a while. I mean, given like I've seen this during like COVID, but not like during normal normal trading season. Like I usually see it where it's like moving like this, but it's directional, not where it's just moving back and forth. You can kind of see how price is moving here. It's not really directional at all. Price opened right here at 6:30. It shot up, came back down, shot up, and it came right back down. Now shooting right back up. So it's like a huge range right now where it's currently moving. Let's see, Jay just sent his profits over here. Jay locked in a total of 4,715 for the day. Nice work, Jay. Damn. So you guys are on fire today. Everyone's killing it. Ms. Brickhouse over here as well. She locked in a total of 7,687. Big congrats to you, Ms. Brickhouse. On fire, man. Look at that. Yeah, I'm 7,000 for the day. It's pretty good. All right, cool. Man, you're doing better than me. I'm probably up. Let's see. So yesterday I locked in a total of 4,000 off this account, and then I added another, I guess like 400 right here, or I guess 700. So I'm around like 5,000 for the day, which is not horrible. But man, you guys are on point. 7,000 right here. Yeah, I think you're the highest one right now, Mr. Brickhouse. You're up like pretty heavy. Big congrats to you. So, all right, guys, looking at the charts over here, we're still looking for entries, but currently right now, there's just nothing available. The next available entry here, which would not be the strategy, would be the high-low indicator, or the high-low strategy would be if price closes below this point here. If price closes below this point and the sell signal is still valid or it's still active, then this would be the entry that would be coming up next. However, if we get entry in the other direction, then possible buy. Nothing here for the 3-minute. Nothing here for the actually there could be a snipe right here, but I don't know if I would take it. Like I mentioned before, guys, that when the candles are big like this, it's gonna have to retrace a little bit. So technically this would be a snipe. I'll just mark it up here for you guys. I'm not going to take it. So just another reminder, I'm not taking this trade here. So if you guys want to take it at your own risk. However, we'll see what happens here. And I'll just mark this up because I know a lot of you guys are probably going to take this with a smaller lot size. And there goes price right there. And the reason why we have this here is we're applying this one right here, the snipe strategy. There's a rejection off the pivot, rejection off the structure. Most recent signal was a buy signal. Pivot isn't touching the body. This is a clear entry for a snipe. However, I'm not going to take it because, like I mentioned before, it's probably going to have to retrace a little bit before it moves in that direction. But I'll have this marked up here. So if you guys do decide to take it, it's there. Yeah, I think that's it. And this market's kind of trash right now. It's not really moving anymore. It's kind of slow. Let's see. All right, so there's a possible 1 minute scalp right here. If this closes in the next, 30 minutes or so. Or not. We need that to close with a valid buy signal. It's a valid buy signal, and it'll be, it'll qualify as a valid entry, but it's got to be a valid buy. It's got to have a green candle within a green signal. Nope, no signal there. It's invalid actually. So it's invalid. It's not going to be an entry because the first requirement here requires that it's a valid signal. It's not valid. So no entry off that right there. We'll just be waiting. RJ over here just sent me his profits too. So RJ is up 6,875. All wins, no losses. Nice work, RJ. And you guys are on fire today. Glad to see a lot of you guys here profiting. It's only Monday too, so you guys are kicking off the week really well. So nice work, RJ, right there. Yeah, RJ's up 6,000, about 7,000. So you're catching up to Brick House over here. But no, definitely good work, guys. Usually Mondays are kind of slow for us. We usually don't take that many trades, but today's, this week's just been on point with a lot of you guys here. But don't get greedy, right? So don't get too big headed, because I see a lot of people, they'll make a lot of profit like early on in the morning, and then after that they start taking risky trades and they start losing everything that they made for that morning. So just know when to stop. That's like the key here, guys. Knowing when to stop to trade is going to be key. So the thing is, my main rule, guys, so like for me, I don't like losing trades, right? So if I lose one trade, I'm done for the day. If you guys want to use that rule as well, you guys can do that as well. That helps me with my risk management, because the thing is, if I lose one trade, it's like, man, this market's probably not moving well. So then I just take a break, come back the next day, and just make that right back. Or usually I don't even go into the negative, because I usually have like a bunch of winning trades before I have any losses. But I rarely do lose, because I only trade from like 6:30 to 8, sometimes at night, but most of the time it's pretty much set. All right, so yeah, the market is kind of just flattening out right now. Let's see if it picks up a little bit. See if there's anything else over here. All right, so yeah, this is exactly why I wouldn't have wanted to take it, because you can see it's starting to pull back a little bit before it pushes back up. We'll be waiting for this here. Let me see if there's anything else here that I need to look at. Larkin just said his profits. So Larkin's currently up 3,455. Nice work, Larkin. All right, Ellis. Ellis just sent me a message saying that the signals are off. It's because he's using different data. We use currency.com for all of our data here when trading US 30. So if you guys are using different data, obviously your signals are going to be different because the data is different. But if you want to use what we're using here, we use currency.com for our specific trades, because that's what I found to be most accurate. All right, so nothing here yet still. There's technically going to be a sell here if this closes, but I don't know if I would take it. See, I'm going to move this here. So we're going to move to this next low here. And we're going to move this to this high right here as well. But this isn't going to be established yet. It's just one candle past it. It needs to be about 4 or 5 candles before it's established. So currently right now, there's just this one right here is established, but this one right here isn't, because it's barely like one candle over. All right, let me see some more profits over here as well. So we got Patrick over here. Patrick locked in a total of 7,722. Nice work, Patrick. And then his other account right here, he locked in a total of 3,657. Nice work, Patrick. And you guys are on fire. Everyone's killing it today. Technically, there'd be fuck, I just missed a trade again. Yes, I missed the freaking sell again right here. Let me see if I could probably get in for a later entry. So this right here, this was the sell right here that was available off that. This is what we were waiting for. So this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. I was like, oh, we're probably gonna catch this right here. And oh, I actually caught some of it. Okay. So sorry guys, I accidentally hit mute. But I hopped into this for like a little move. Didn't catch the full move. It got to my TP, but then it didn't trigger because of the spread. So I'm glad I didn't accidentally, but I actually caught that move there because that's what we were waiting for. Before I moved this stuff around, I was mentioning that I was waiting for price to like close below a certain area. And then I was also looking for the sell signal because this would qualify as a valid entry here for the 1 minute scalp, right? We have a valid sell signal. It's below the pivots. And then you just pretty much enter on the close. So I didn't catch the entire, I should have just held on to it, but I'll just send you guys a screenshot of what I took. This is what I mean, guys. You guys got to be really, really quick about these moves here because these things happen in a blink of an eye. If you're not paying attention, like I did, like I could have caught the full move, but I only caught it for partial, which is fine. I made 630 off that trade. So it's not horrible. Again, guys, I'm just going to take a screenshot of like what we did on this live session so that you don't mix up my profits from yesterday's. Let's see. Yeah, not horrible, but could have been a lot better. All right, so I got this right here. Let me screenshot those. And I'll just take another screenshot of this as well right here because and I got to clean it up. So let me just delete some of this stuff here for the screenshot. So I'll delete this, this, this. And then I'll just put it back on. All right. So another 1 minute right there. I'll send my profits for that as well. Yeah, today's such a crazy trading day. All right. So off that sell right there, I caught the trade right there. I locked in a total of 630 off my my main account, and then my copier I caught a 530 profit. So it should have been 1,000, but I still don't. I think it's because of the spread, and that the market's just too it's just too volatile right now. Because I think what happened was price came down below, it didn't trigger my TP, and then it came right back up, and then when it came back up, that's when it triggered it, but it didn't trigger it like right on time. So I mean, it's okay. I still made profit off it, so I'm not really, I'm not mad about it. These are all the trades I took from this morning only. The trades from last night are right here. You can see the timestamps. They're different times. The timestamp for these trades right here are from 6:11 to 7:18. So it's 7:21 right now. You can see that this trade that I took at 7:18 was this sell right here that we caught. Damn, I missed another trade. So the market's just moving too fast, guys. There was another trade that was right here. You can see how it broke below. This is using the high-low strategy, and this would have been another full TP right there. But it's okay. I'm not mad about the profits that I made for the day so far. But yeah, this market's moving too fast. Like if I'm not paying attention, I'm gonna miss a lot of these moves here. But I mean, that's cool. All right. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. Another profit K² US 30. All right. So a couple people here took that trade as well. So Larkin took it as well. He locked in a total of 3,939 for the day. So for that sell right there, the same one that I took, he locked in a partial profit as well, 486. Nice work, Larkin. Other than that, I think that's it for right now. Jay took it too. So Jay here took the sell. He locked it in for a total of 585. So nice work right there, Jay. He actually caught the full move because he took a half lot size. I'm taking a 10. He's taking a 5. So he actually caught the full move right there. Nice work, Jay. Jamie as well. So Jamie here locked in a total of 265 off that sell right there. She got half of the profit, just like I did. Some of us are having the same issues where it's just moving too fast and we're exiting at the wrong times. But profit's profit. So nice work right there, Jamie. Yeah, look at this thing. It's tanking like crazy. This market's nuts today. All right. So here we go. Price is now at the New York high. So this is the New York high right here. It might bounce off this point and shoot back up. But damn, this is a huge drop. You check the news, make sure there's nothing else going on here. Fundamentals are now very red. So as you guys can see right here, the fundamentals are currently 143 points in the red. So now the bias is definitely in for a sell. We have a sell bias now, refreshing this right here as well. The stock index for the Dow 30 is currently very red. Visa is down 7 points. Microsoft's down 5 points. Salesforce down 5 points. Apple's down 2 points. United Health's down 2 points. Walt Disney's down 2 points almost. Yeah, it's starting to get bloody here. So futures data is still currently down the middle, but the daily average is currently down 145 points right now. Looking over here at retail sentiment, currently 50% short. So a lot of people are shifting to the sell side. Yeah, bias is now a strong sell. I'm not going to hop into these sells just yet, but the bias now is definitely a strong sell. So, oh shit, this is the daily right here. Fuck, sorry, not Dijon. Damn. So I missed the daily entry here, Kip. I don't know if you caught the trade right here, but this is the daily. So I'm going to take off the snipe, and this is the daily entry right here. I totally missed the daily. I wasn't even paying attention to it. I just saw Dijon message right now. Yes, this would be the daily right here, Dijon. So I don't know if anyone caught this. Unfortunately, I wasn't even paying attention. So I wasn't even looking at it, but so I have a different chart for that. Okay, so here's the daily right here, actually. So the daily right here, let me just put I'm gonna have separate charts open now for like each strategy so that we can follow them, but I totally missed the strategy, right? The entry right here for this. Damn, John, I don't know if you caught it. You're the one that mentioned it, but this was a daily entry here. So basically for this strategy here, you're looking for an entry after the New York Stock Exchange open, which is right here. So the New York Stock Exchange opens at 6:30, which is right here, this blue line. You're looking for the first valid K2 momentum signal. Right here was the first valid sell. So you would have taken this for a short position right there. It's actually not fully done yet, but this is technically the daily entry right here. I'm not going to enter, it's too late. You know, I already missed like more than half the move right there already. Oh, so Kip got it. So Kip said, nice. So Sisuk actually caught it, and Sisuk and Kip caught it. So Sisuk is in it right now. Kip is in it, and he's still holding it right now. So a lot of you guys did catch this daily entry right here. I totally missed it. I wasn't even paying attention to the 10-minute, but yeah, it looks like it's about to hit. Yeah, that's crazy. What a big move right there. Like no drawdown at all. It already hit TP1. So if you guys are in this position, I do recommend you move your stop loss and profits by at least halfway. So you guarantee 50% profit. So right here, I'd move your stop loss right down the middle right here. So if it does swing up, you guarantee profit. If not, then you can get full profit, either full profit or half profit, or you could even move it lower. It's just up to you guys, wherever you guys want to move it. But yeah, this is a huge move right here that dropped. Randy as well. Randy said took the daily with a small lot size, but got out at 75%, half the move. Yeah, no, great work there, guys. Whoever caught this, great work. I wish I caught it. This is something that I usually like to look for, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch it today. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's all good. Let me see if I got this over here. Yeah, so I'll let that be. I'll just leave it alone and we'll follow it. But yeah, looking at this here, a lot of things are pointing towards the downside now. So the fundamentals are currently very red. It's down 200 points now. So it's very bloody right now. Looking over here at the actual stock index is starting to tank as well. Visa is still down 7 points. Salesforce is now down 6 points. Microsoft's almost 6 points in the red. United Health 3 points. Apple almost 3 points. So I wonder what happened in the market. Let me refresh this right now. But the entire stock index are completely red. So the Dow Jones is red, S&P is red, NASDAQ's red, Russell 2K is red. I mean, everything's super red right now. Here we go as the 10-minute hits its full TP almost. Now this thing is tumbling heavy right now. There's no new lows because the lows have already been established over there. Nice. Yeah, so Mrs. Brickhouse now she's up almost 10K for the day. Wow, that's crazy. She caught the sell there that we took, the 1 minute. She locked in 867. So now she's in total profit 8,988 this morning. That's crazy. So nice work right there. Congrats to you guys for killing it. Isai over here as well. He's in profit 1,704. Yeah, I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here killing it this morning. Not bad for a Monday, right? All right, let me see if there's anything else that I missed over here. Albert as well. Albert sent more profits. He's in total 2,204 this morning. Nice work, Albert. Congrats to you too. Patrick over here as well. Patrick's now up 10,494 this morning. All wins and no losses. Great work, Patrick. So Patrick's main account, he's up 10,000 right now. Patrick's second account, he's up 5,549. So definitely amazing work right there, guys. You guys are killing it. Everyone's killing it. Yeah, and Patrick said he's done for the day. I think I might be done for the day too, guys. The market's just too crazy right now. I don't want to hop in and risk losing all my profits that I've been, making all day today. So Albert as well. Albert said, okay, I'm good. I'm good now. We'll be attentive to good entry. So Albert here, he had a small accidental loss right there, but he's in total profit 3,178 for this morning. So definitely great work right there, Albert. Add that to the messages right there. Other than that, see Ryan Visco over here as well. Ryan's now currently up 432. Nice work, Ryan. Congrats to you as well. And Ryan just took another one. So he locked in some pretty nice profit off that. Owen over here locked in a total of, let's see, 100, 200. So about like 2,000 to 3,000 right here. So Owen locked in some pretty nice profit right here off his accounts as well. Yeah, basically up about a couple thousand right there. And then full TP off the breakout. So right there, whoever caught the breakout, full TP. I'll give a little update in the group right here for you guys who caught it, because a lot of you guys did cash this trade. Just to let you guys know that it's time to pull out. You know, if you guys think, if your TP didn't get triggered, it's time to pull out, guys. Don't get greedy at this point. Let me give you guys a little update right there. All right, guys. So great work amongst everyone here. A lot of you guys are killing it. Whoever caught all the trades here today, I mean, your account's probably looking like crazy good this morning, because there was a lot of entries that were available. Even myself, I only caught, like, how many did I catch? I only caught 3 entries today myself this morning. Last night I caught a lot more. So last night, these are my profits. I locked in 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. I locked in 8 trades last night. I locked in a total of 4,415. And then this morning I locked in some more right here, just another 3 trades. So in total, probably up about 5,000 to 6,000 this morning to kick off the trading week. Yeah, I mean, great work, everybody. Great work, everybody. You guys are on fire with everything today. So, all right, cool. Yeah, so if you guys are still in the daily, I suggest you guys pull out now and don't get greedy and try to hold on to it. I mean, if you guys want to hold on to it, move your stop loss to the TP right here. So you should move your stop loss in profit, and then you can keep trailing it down. But me personally, I wouldn't get greedy right here. I would just take my profit, because the last thing you want to do is move your stop loss in profit, and then it shoots right back up to this point, and then you just threw away all this profit down here. You know, sometimes you guys just have to know when to pull out or when to call it a day. So if you guys want to keep trading, you know, feel free. I think I'm done for the day. So I'll go through the chat. I'll answer some questions if you guys do have questions. Otherwise, I think personally, I might just be done actual trading. I'll keep following the market to see how it's moving, but for the most part, I think this market is like, it's going to be highly manipulated soon, because the thing is, it keeps dropping right here. It's going to have to shoot back up at some point, right? So I don't want to get caught in any of these moves here, because it's been dropping so far. So you're going to have people on different spectrums, right? You're going to have people that are trying to buy the dip. You're also going to have people that are going to keep trying to ride the wave down. So last thing you want to do is get caught on the wrong side. So if you guys do decide to trade, I do recommend that you guys use a smaller lot size. And just be aware of market movement, because you might not expect it, or you might not be able to anticipate it, but right when you enter, you might be entering at the worst time. So something to just be cautious about. So let me see if there's anything else here. All right, let me scroll up real quick and see if I missed anything. So yeah, if you guys do have questions, you know, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. I'll try to stay on for like another 30 minutes or so. If we don't have any questions, then I'll just be logging off early because I don't want to risk getting caught in FOMO, because I know how I trade. I know how, like, the thing is, if I see a lot of good moves here, I'm going to want to keep re-entering trades, and that's not the way to do it. You got to wait for actual entries here. So I just don't want to FOMO into these trades. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing over here. I think we're good at this point. All right, so let me scroll up. I'm gonna go to the top of the chat and I'm gonna see if I missed any questions here. Otherwise, if you guys do have more questions, go ahead and put your questions in the chat now and I'll answer them. And if I do miss your question, just put your question in there again, because I'll get through all the questions here before I log off. So let's see. Besides the last night, I noticed some inconsistencies in the pivots on the 1 minute and 3 minute strategies. I'm not sure if my settings on the indicator are properly set up. You can talk about the proper settings. So you saw for the pivots, they should just be set to default. So like if you change anything, just go back to reset settings and it'll send them back to default right here, which is 8, 13, 34, and 55. For this strategy here as well, we don't use levels 1 and 2. We only use 3 and 4. So I'm not sure if you have that set up as well. That's why mine looks like this. I just have the orange and red right there. So those are the settings for the pivots. I'm not sure if you're talking about different pivots or if those are specific ones you're talking about, but that's the one that I got set up on mine. So it's just default settings for me. All right, let me scroll over here real quick and see if there's any other questions. I think that's it for that one right there. Nice. Yeah, Rab said, I like the name, a risky strategy. Yeah, I know, because it is a risky strategy. LA City made $5. Let me see anything else here. Charlie said, all right, bro, see you tomorrow. So, all right, Charlie, we'll see you tomorrow. Looks like a lot of you guys are already calling it a day. Shane said, yeah, I'm going to sit out for a few hours. Good luck to everyone. Yeah, probably smart move there. Delmas said with depth market tool is the 100 to 300 1 minute pivot scalp strategy, 1,000 to 3,000. Yeah, that's exactly right, Delmas. You just add a 0 to it to change it to pips. Nice. Yeah, so CSUK said dropped my lot size and going for the daily. So CSUK actually caught that right there. Anything else here? Let me see. Randy said, yeah, I caught that already. Peter said, I wonder what caused the drop. I don't know. Like, I think like what caused the drop was probably like it was like a delayed effect of like the news that happened yesterday, right? I think they were talking about like the Evergrande. I haven't been following the Evergrande or whatever. Let me see if I could. So a lot of people were talking about this yesterday. The Evergrande like real estate group or whatever. There was like a lot of news that happened. I mean, recently, like last night, I think something was announced about it, and I think that affected the market. I don't know if it directly affected it, so I can't really say exactly what affected it directly, but it pretty much affected everything across the board. So like looking at Visa over here, like Visa was hit hard, Salesforce was hit hard, Microsoft was hit hard. I don't think it was necessarily just the Evergrande news, but there was something here that obviously affected the market all together, right? Because there's a lot of big name stocks here that are just like completely red. The entire thing is red now. There's only a couple that are green here, but they're not very strong. Like Walgreens is green, but it's turning red right now. Chevron is only up 0.07 points in the green, but it's going to be turning red as well. Same with Verizon, IBM. The only thing here that's really holding up is Merck & Co., but they're probably going to turn red as well. So huge drop here. I don't know what really caused it. I don't see anything in the news here. Let me refresh this. Yeah, I don't see anything here. Maybe so also Kenny mentioned is Biden speaking right now. So let me check that real quick. Let me search Biden live. Today's the 4th. I don't know if he's speaking right now per se, but he is speaking today. So he's scheduled for, he's about to speak right now shortly. Maybe he started speaking already, but he's speaking at 8. It's scheduled for 8:15. President Biden delivers remarks on need to raise the debt ceiling. So this is gonna for sure affect the market. He's not talking yet. It's supposed to come on in about 30 minutes, but this could also be affecting the market. So what I do recommend is you guys just don't trade at all once this happens, because he's going to talk about the debt ceiling, and this is going to affect the market directly with regard to the economy, right? So this is going to affect US 30 for sure. So something to keep in mind. But thanks, Kenny, for reminding me. He is going to speak in about 30 minutes. So I'm probably going to log off altogether, and then I'm going to go do something that doesn't have to do with trading so that I don't get caught in any of these like weird price movements. So I'll probably go to the gym or something to just make sure that I don't make any mistakes here. So yeah, Biden is speaking shortly, guys. So what I do recommend is not even to trade when it comes down to it. So let me go over here real quick, and this thing's still dumping. So this is probably just dumping like prior to Biden speaking. Biden's going to speak in about 30 minutes or so. So it's 7:39 right now. He's going to speak around 8:15 right here. I'll just mark it up for you guys. Biden starts speaking right here at 8:15. When this happens right here, when he gets close to this point, I would probably stop trading and just wait for him to finish talking, because the thing with Biden is like when he says something, it affects market like super heavily. You'll see spikes one way or the other, whether it's good or bad, and it might not work in your favor. So other than that, let me scroll down real quick, see what else. All right, Ella said, I want to use the data you guys use, currency.com. However, TradeStation doesn't work with it through TradingView. What broker do you guys use? Most of us use FTMO. We don't trade directly on TradingView, Ellis. I think I'm pretty sure we talked about this before. We just use TradingView to chart. So all of our analysis and charting is done on TradingView, but we execute our trades on MT4. I mean, you can do the same thing with your TradeStation as well. You can still analyze on currency.com, but you can have a different tab with your TradeStation. You can just execute trades. Like if you have your DOM right here, you can just have this right here set up. So what you can do is you can analyze on here. When you see the entry, you just click buy or sell. It's not that difficult to just do it like that. So there's different ways of doing it, Ellis. I'm not sure, like whatever works for you, then use what works best for you. But you can just do that. Like for example, here, if you're doing this and you're trading, what is it, MYM or YM? I don't know which one you trade, but if you're trading this, like YM by itself, you can just have your DOM open right here, or you can just hit buy or sell, or the order window. I mean, like whichever one you want to have. You're probably gonna have this button right here, the order panel, because you're gonna have yours connected to it. You can just have your analysis here. When you're ready to enter, just hit buy or sell. I'm not connected to it because I'm not using TradeStation like you, but you can use it if you want. So there's different ways of doing it. It just really depends on how you want to do it. If you really like TradeStation, which I personally like TradeStation, but I'm using FCMO right now, then you can just do this, or you just have to figure out a way around it. Because like for me, we chart everything on here, but I have my MC4 on my other window over here. I have two screens. So we have my analysis here, and then on my right screen over here, I just click buy or sell to enter the trades. So I mean, there's different ways of doing it, but it's really up to you. You got to figure out what works for you and stick to it, because everyone trades differently. Some people don't like trading on different screens. Some people like trading directly on the screen like you do. So whichever one works for you, whichever one makes you profitable, stick to that way. Other than that, let me see. Delma said but the prices are different every time. I took the same trade with the tool into different price. Delmas, I think you might be doing it wrong. Because the thing is, if you're entering it at market, it's going to give you the exact TP stop loss. So like if you enter for a sell right now, it's going to give you an exactly, like say for example right here, right? I'm just going to use this for an example right here. Price is always going to change, but it doesn't matter like whether, say if you enter right here, it's going to be 100 pips, right? If you enter over here, like when price goes up here, if you enter like a few seconds later, it's still going to be 100 pips. If you enter down here and price is below here, it's still 100 pips, right? It just automatically sets it 100 pips away. Price is always going to change. Price is never going to be stagnant. It's going to be moving regardless. So depending on when you enter the trade, that's when it's going to be set to. Do you kind of get what I'm saying? I think you might be a little confused. I think you're trying to set it to an actual TP stop loss price, but if you're using that tool, it's not going to set it to that price. It sets it to 100 pips to 300 pips away from like whatever entry you put it at. So if you enter right now and it's $1, it's going to enter at the dollar, right? And it's going to have 100 pips above that. If you enter where it's like $2, it's going to be 100 pips from there as well. You don't have a set TP stop loss for this. It just sets it an X amount of like distance away from where you enter the price. So I think that's maybe where you might be confused at. If you want it to be exiting and entering at a specific price point, then you got to use a normal order tool. That's how you'd enter and exit a specific price. But if you're entering at market, price is always going to be moving regardless. Also, you got to factor in the spread. It's going to enter with a spread, so you're going to be at automatic negative when you enter the trade. So, yeah, let me know if that makes sense to you, Delmas. But it's supposed to move. It's not supposed to be on the same number at all times. It's you know, it's going to be changing every second pretty much. Rav's asking, is it okay to trade the risky when Biden is talking? When I say like don't trade at all during Biden, it doesn't matter what strategy you're playing, you should be trading at all. I mean, you can trade if you want. Don't get me wrong, you can trade whatever you want. If you want to trade anything, risky strategy, normal strategy, conservative strategy, you can trade when Biden's speaking, but I don't trade at all when Biden's speaking, because for the reasons why I just mentioned, right? When Biden speaks, he's going to spike price up or down, right? So it doesn't matter if you're applying the risky strategy, price is still going to spike either way. So it's not going to make a difference whether you're applying the risky strategy or any other strategy. It's still going to be not a good time to trade. So if you want to trade, Rav, I know you have like, you know, you have your responsibilities and you have to reach your profit goal or whatever. You can trade if you want, but I'm telling you that if you blow your account trading when Biden's speaking, you know, you already understood the risk with that, because I'm already advising you guys not to trade during that time, because he's going to be talking and you really don't know what he's going to be saying. I think for the most part, he's not going to be saying good things. So the market's probably going to be coming down heavily. But it's going to be different from like when you hop into it. Okay, let me see. So Delmas said, yeah, it's different TPs, sometimes like exactly 200 and others it's like 220 or more. That's because of the spread, Delmas. So the spread right now, let me check the spread. I don't know, Rav. He sometimes he talks for an hour, sometimes he talks for 2 hours. There's no set time for how long he talks, right? If he wants to keep talking or if he wants to get off the mic, he'll get off the mic. So if you want to see how long he talks for, Rav, then watch the live session. Just go to YouTube and then search Biden live, and then you can watch it. But there's no guaranteed time for how long he talks for, right? I don't know how long he's going to talk for, but if you want to figure it out, just go to Biden live like that, and then you can pull up his thing right here. I don't know. Sometimes he speaks for 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, sometimes 2 hours. I really don't know. There's no set time for how long he's going to talk. So I'm not sure what else he's going to speak about. It says here he's going to speak about raising the debt ceiling, but I mean, I don't know if he's going to talk about something else. He's going to talk about COVID. He's going to answer questions. Sometimes at the end, they answer questions, right? They have a Q&A. Sometimes he doesn't answer those questions. So it just depends on what he decides to talk for. So Rav, if you want to go check, it's all available to you. Just YouTube it, watch it. I'm not going to watch it. So I'm not going to be here telling you, like giving you play-by-play of like what he's saying. I'm going to be offline because I'm not going to be trading during that time because it's not a good time to trade. So if you want to check, Rav, go check it on the YouTube. Otherwise, I just recommend you don't trade. So yeah, Delma said, okay, that makes sense because I went down to 500 and it was different there too, but I'm loving this tool. LOL. No, it's a great tool, Delmas. If you use it properly, it works really well, but the spread kind of sucks, right? Because like even this morning, you guys saw how I took the trades here and I locked in, 630. This was supposed to be $1,000 profit, but the spread was so wide and the market was just too volatile that I didn't catch the entire move. But no, it's definitely a great tool, Delmas. It works very well and it's very accurate, especially when you're trying to catch specific moves for a X amount of period. So let's see some more profits right here. Jay locked in another. Damn, so Jay is up about like 6,000-7,000 for the day. Definitely great work right there, Jay. So great profit by Jay over here. Looking over here, Salorm locked in a total of 1,262. Great work, Salorm. Salorm should see you tomorrow. So Salorm is done as well. Looking over here, Ryan Visco locked in a total of 1,110. Damn, Ryan, you're on fire today, bro. No losses, straight wins right there. Let's see anything else over here. Sisuk is in profit a total of 6,575. Great work, Sisuk. His other account, he's in profit 17,940. Damn, that's super on point right there. All right, great work, CC right there. Rick said he lost 3,500, then he made 3,700. He's done. Yeah, take a break, Rick. It's too risky right now. Ryan again right here, 1,110. Nice work, Ryan. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Rick said I saved. Yeah, so Rick pretty much has saved his account right now. He was like, he's taking some pretty risky trades here. Looks like he had a couple losses above there. 1 loss, 2 loss, 3 loss, 4 loss, but then he made it right back right here at the end. A total of 1,572. Nice work, Rick. So good, definitely good recovery right there. All right, other than that, I think that's it for now. Let's see, Alan as well. Alan locked in a total of, so Alan said, great morning. Alan locked in a total of about 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, about 5,000 this morning. So Alan was trading US 30 and gold and NASDAQ as well, locked in close to about 6,000 for the day. Nice work, Alan. Patricia as well. Patricia sent over her profit. She locked in a total of 3,297, all wins and no losses. Big congrats to you guys here for that consistency, right? A lot of people can't pull off this consistency. It takes a lot of discipline for you guys to just hop into trades and hop out when you need to. But definitely you guys can see how fast these profits add up over time. So great work right there, Patricia. Other than that, let me see if I missed anything else. Delmas over here. So Delmas is the guy I was talking to right here on the Zoom. He's been using the tool that I was just discussing. He locked in some straight profits right here. So definitely great work right there, Delmas. This helps with your trade psychology as well, because it allows you to enter the trade and not take any more trades out. Like it automatically sets your TP and stop loss. So you can literally set and forget it. Del pretty much enters the buy, lets the trade hit TP, full TP, enters the sell, full TP, sell, full TP, buy, full TP, right? These are all full TPs because he just lets the trade run after he enters the trade. So great work right there, Del. Glad to see you lock in some profit here. Let's see, you got 2, 4, 6, 8. It's about 1,000 there, 2, 4, 6, 8. So about a little over 2,000 right here, closer to 3,000. Definitely amazing work there. Isaac as well. Isaac took 1 trade here for US 30, locked in a total of 3,510. Amazing work right there, Isaac. He just started his 200K FT mode today, and he said his patience pays. So yeah, definitely. It's just gonna be a matter of time until you pass Isaac, because you're like a third of the way there already, almost. Yeah, I mean, you have a while to go, but I definitely think if you're consistent, you're gonna be good. Dre over here as well. Dre was trading the futures here as well. He locked in a total of 1,234 for the day right here. So great work right there, Dre. I think Dre is using Top Step. It's a different funding company, so he's using a different broker here, but it doesn't matter, whatever broker you guys use, still some nice profits all around. Other than that, see Jerry over here as well. Jerry took 1 trade, locked in a total of 1,276. Amazing work right there. Jerry said, hit my 1 trade for the day. See you tomorrow. Definitely great work right there, Jerry. All right, guys, I think that's it for now. So if you guys do have any other questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. Let me see if I missed anything else here. But I'm about ready to log off because Biden's going to speak soon, and I don't want to be trading when he's talking. See if I missed anything else over here. Oh, nice. Yeah, so Kenny here said, this is my first live stream after joining yesterday. Nice work, Kenny. Glad to see you here in the group. And, welcome to K2. We're always welcome to have new people here in K2, and I'm ready to see your profits come in as well. So looking at the profits for today, we have a ton of profits for the day right here. So this is just from today. You guys can see the timestamp for today right here. These are literally all the profits from this morning. So we have like over 100 people here posting profits every single day. If everyone here is killing it, guys, there's no reason for you guys not to be killing it. It's clockwork. Just look at this right here. This is like well over 100 people sending in their profits just from today. And then yesterday as well, from October 3rd. On Sunday, people were trading with me as well. And a lot of people locked in some profits here to kick off the trading week. So yesterday up until this morning, massive profits amongst everyone here. So great work, everybody. Let's see, Salorm made a little more profit. So Salorm is now at 1,561. Nice work, Salorm. And I think that's about it for now. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. No, I think that's it. All right, guys. So I think that's it for the session. If you guys do have questions, feel free to reach out. Again, guys, I don't recommend you guys trade during Biden's speech, right? He's going to talk in about 20 minutes or so. Right here at 8:15, he's going to talk about the debt ceiling. So it's going to affect the economy directly. And US 30s, it's like a direct impact of like the economy, because this is the top 30 stocks in the US. So just keep this in mind, guys. If you guys want to trade, use a smaller lot size. Otherwise, I would just sit it out. Go walk your dog, go to the gym, go to the beach, go do whatever you need to do to be away from your charts. Because the last thing you want to do is get FOMO. You're gonna watch price move over here once he starts talking, and then as soon as he starts talking, price dumps. You enter the sell, and then it spikes all the way back up, and you lose all your profits from this morning. So just don't let that happen to you. It's happened to me before. It's happened to a lot of people here. Just be careful. So other than that, guys, catch you guys tomorrow for the next live session, and I'll see you guys then. So